he said, don't worry about it, go to physio for 10 times and get some drugs. He gave me an injection in my back.
Do you struggle with any back pain?
Sometimes I reach for vitamin I.
And what's vitamin I?
Ibuprofen.
Okay, for this episode, we're back in Montañita getting back pain stories. So today I talked with some interesting characters. One gentleman who told me he takes vitamin I to solve his back pain and plays Frisbee with the wind. And then another gentleman who had a back pain reason that I never even heard about that he was able to fix. So if you like these episodes, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into it. Have you ever struggled with back pain or had back pain in your life before?
Yeah, I had an operation this year.
You did?
Last year, yeah. So I had a cyst in my back, about 30 milliliters of water.
Oh, wow.
Fluid.
Where was it? Like lumbar, lower lumbar area? Or?
Just in this area here.
Oh, wow. Okay. What happened like before you realized you had a cyst? Was it a bunch of pain? Like what happened?
Oh, I've always had sort of back pain in my life, a bit of back pain. So I've got some discs down the bottom here that are quite reduced in size. They did the CAT scan.
Yeah.
Discovered that there's a big sack of sort of fluid that had built up.
It was pushing on the, was it like pushing on the nerve and stuff?
Bad.
Okay, so now you're feeling good though?
Yep.
But you still have some back issues, like tightness, soreness, like how would you
so
describe
if I'm on a bus for 8 hours or something like that, for the next couple of days, it's just a little bit stiff. After I had the operation, still like 3 or 4 months later, it was still not quite right.
Okay.
It's pretty good now.
So do you do anything like day to day to help deal with it at all? Or
I do stretching. I make an effort to do about 10-15 minutes of stretching a day.
Nice. Okay. And you feel like that gives you some relief and just helps you kind of start the day off, or
I guess so.
what's the worst back pain advice? You've been dealing with it obviously before. What's the worst advice you got, or worst thing that you did with your back?
So when I had the first scan, I had 2 scans. The first scan, they isolated and they said, oh, you kind of got some discs. That's probably the problem. They said, oh, there's a bit more over here, which was the main issue. I went and saw this old school surgeon, or this old school doctor. Yeah. And he said, don't worry about it, go to physio for 10 times and get some drugs. He gave me an injection in my back.
You got the injection, yeah.
And then I was just in major pain still. It was still bad. I was in bed like for 3 months practically.
No way.
So then I went back again and I went to a completely different doctor and he said, why didn't you get the scan? The second scan where they put dye in your blood. I said, well, the guy told me not to. So don't worry about it.
What's the best advice you ever got with your back? I mean, even maybe post-surgery, was there anything that someone said, hey, do this and this is going to help you?
Wow, that surgery just fixed it.
It fixed it,
so as soon as I had the surgery done, even though there was pain in the area where he had gone onto the back, and he had to kind of shave a little bit of bone to get in there to get the cyst, because it was kind of like locked away. That just solved it. I don't know if that's the best advice, but that's the best thing I did.
Best thing you did, Okay, oh, that's big time. That's a really good piece of advice, because I've actually never heard, I've talked to hundreds of people, I've never heard this story. So, well,
the doctor who did the surgeries has done over something like 500 or 600 surgeries, and he said he'd never seen that one that size.
Appreciate it. Yep. All right, Matt. Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, we'll probably see you here if you'll be around.
Yeah, you'll be here most nights.
Okay. So we're gonna go ask this lovely mother and child. Do you have back pain? Excuse me. Do you struggle with any back pain? Okay. I think that's a yes. So how long have you been dealing with it? No. How many years have you been dealing with back pain? Okay, well, I don't think we're going to get an answer. I'm sure she suffers from back pain because she's a mom and it's hard carrying around little babies. So we're not going to get an answer today. Nonetheless, I'm just going to assume that she's suffering.
What's up? I'm Brandon.
Brandon Darcy. Have you ever suffered with any back pain or struggled with any back pain?
Yeah.
Could I ask you just a few questions about it?
About my back pain?
Yeah, and just how you deal with it with photography and just your life and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Appreciate it. Awesome. So do you still struggle with back pain now? Is that something you deal with day to day?
Sometimes.
How long have you been a photographer for?
46 years.
Oh, wow. And then how long have you been out, like, do you live here in Montañita?
See.
Okay.
I'm Surf Montañita photos.
Okay, so you're doing surf stuff. When you're dealing with back pain, like, what do you actually do? Do you do anything? Do you take meds? Like, how do you actually deal with the back pain?
I walk up and down the beach, play Frisbee with the wind.
Okay, so stay moving. When you wake up in the morning, is it painful?
Sometimes. Sometimes I reach for vitamin I.
And what's vitamin I?
Ibuprofen.
Okay. If it gets really bad, you just take some ibuprofen and...
I used to run 2 bars and had over 30 half barrels on draft.
Wait, what? Say again?
I used to run bars, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I used to have 30 different half barrels on tap. Then I got myself a bar bag.
And then you didn't have to do that anymore.
And that was brilliant.
Okay.
I skied way more that year.
And then now it's just staying moving, I guess, for you, right?
Yeah, dude, that's like the secret to life, isn't it?
I appreciate you taking the time, brother.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me, can I ask you a few questions? You suffer from back pain? You have back pain? Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. All right, I got some next steps for you. If you want my free back pain solution course, I want you to click the link below to grab it. It talks about a whole bunch of different tips and tricks to solve your back pain. And if you want to talk about getting on a call with me, you'll see a link for that below. And of course, if you like the channel and you like the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, I'm out.